Let's be real. In today's world, staying focused on our goals feels almost impossible. There is social media, constant notifications, the news. It's like everything is designed to pull us away from what really matters. But what if I told you that there is a way to break free from all that noise? In this video, I am going to show you how to master one of the most important skills you can have: self-discipline. We'll dive into how you can stay consistent with your goals even when motivation fades, and how building the right habits can transform your life. Stick around because this could change everything. Hey, I am David from Sleeping Bull, and welcome to my channel. If it is your first time here, I'm all about helping you taking meaningful steps towards your goals. Every video is designed to give you practical advice that leads you to real measurable progress. Now let's talk about today's topic: self-discipline. In a world full of distractions, whether it's people wanting your attention, endless social media scrolling, or simply feeling overwhelmed, staying committed to your goals can feel impossible. We've all been there. But there's the good news. No matter what distractions life throws at you, mastering self-discipline is the key to overcoming them. And I'm not talking about willpower here. I'm talking about building habits and systems that make it easy to stay on track, even when you don't feel motivated. Let's dive in. We live in a world that's practically designed to steal our attention. Social media, TV, even the people around us, everything seems to be pulling us away in different directions. Here's the thing. Our brains are wired for instant gratification. Every time you get a notification or scroll through Instagram, your brain gets a hit of dopamine, the chemical that makes you feel good. The problem? That instant gratification is short-lived, and it pulls you away from your long-term goals. I used to fall into this trap too. I'd spend just a few minutes scrolling through my phone. But before I knew it, an hour was gone. Time that could have been used working on something important. Does that sound familiar? Now, here's your first action step. Identify your biggest distractions. For most of us, it's our phones. Try setting screen time limits or turning off notifications during your most productive hours. Those small changes can make a huge difference. Here's where things get exciting. Self-discipline is not about relying on motivation all the time, because let's face it, motivation comes and goes. What you really need are habits. Habits are the foundation of self-discipline. Think about this. You don't have to remind yourself to brush your teeth every morning. It's automatic, because it's a habit. The same principle applies to your goals. Now, you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. Start small. There is a concept called micro-habits. Tiny actions that are so easy to do, you can't say no to them. For example, if your goal is to work out regularly, start with something simple, like 5 push-ups a day. Sounds too easy, right? But that's the point. It's not about intensity at first, it's about showing up. Over time, those small habits compound. Think about it like investing. If you improve by just 1% every day, the things will snowball. James Clear, in his book Atomic Habits, talks about the power of these small daily improvements. So don't underestimate the impact of tiny changes. They really do add up. Let's talk about something important. What happens when motivation fades? Because it will. I don't care how pumped you feel today. There will be days when you just don't feel like doing the work. And that's normal. But the secret is not about motivation. It's about having a system in place that makes it easier for you to stay consistent. Let me give you a real-world example. Someone you might know or even relate to. Think of a coworker or a friend who decided to train for a marathon. At the beginning, they were super motivated, posting about their runs on social medias, buying new gear, talking about it constantly. But after a few weeks, their excitement starts to wear off. It's cold outside, they are tired after work, life starts getting in the way. But what do people who actually finish a marathon do? They don't rely on motivation. They rely on their routine. Instead of focusing on the goal of running a full marathon, they focus on the habit of getting out for a run, even if it is just for a few kilometers. They set small achievable goals, like running for 10 minutes every day, instead of thinking, I have to run 42 kilometers someday. By doing this, they remove the pressure of thinking too far ahead. The real key is showing up, even when you don't feel like it. And over time, that habit of showing up builds momentum. What's next? They start seeing progress. Their stamina improves. They run longer distances, and suddenly, running becomes less a core and more a part of who they are. So, the next time you feel like skipping a task or avoiding a goal because you are not motivated, remember, it's about the routine, not the results. And just like our marathon runner friend, you will find that sticking to your routine eventually gets you to finish the lane. Focus on the process, not the outcome. That's how you stay consistent, even when you don't feel like it. Also, celebrate your progress, no matter how small. Did you stick to your habit for a week? Great. Reward yourself. Consistency builds confidence, and confidence makes self-discipline. Now, let's talk about the long game. Consistency doesn't just help you with your goals. It transforms who you are. Over time, self-discipline turns into self-confidence. When you show up for yourself day after day, you start to believe in your ability to succeed. Think of it this way. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. And as it gets stronger, achieving your goals becomes easier. It's not about being perfect. It's about being consistent. You know, someone like Elon Musk did not build Tesla and SpaceX overnight. It was years of disciplined work, day in and day out. Your journey might look different, but the principles are the same. Stay consistent, and the results will come. So, time to wrap things up. The world may be full of distractions, but you have the power to rise over them. By building small, consistent habits, you can master self-discipline, even when motivation fades. And when you focus on the process, the results will take care of their own self. Now, it's your turn. What's one habit you can start today that will help you get closer to your goals? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear what you're working on. And if this video has helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. Share it with someone who needs it. And of course, subscribe for more practical tips to keep you moving towards your goals. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Ciao!